Of Panama, José Raul Mulino, famously clashed with President Trump over control of the Panama Canal. But during his speech at the UN, he also showcased what a difference a year makes when the U.S. president actually focuses on the border. Let's bring in the designated Minister of the Environment and from the Republic of Panama, Juan Carlos Navarro. Juan Carlos, it's so great to have you here with us today. So explain to our we have zero immigration, illegal immigration going on at our border. Explain what's happening in Panama.
And you have it thanks in large part to President Mulino, because since July 2024, he stopped illegal migration through Panama, through the Darién Gap. That's before the Trump election. After President Trump came to power, it was even stronger because finally, this disastrous open borders policy that was causing illegal migration, up to 520,000 people crossing illegally through Panama, destroying our forests and our lands, all of this stopped. And Panama and the U.S. are strong strategic allies. President Mulino was with President Trump this week, and the relationship is stronger than ever.
Okay, let's talk about the damage that it did make, that did happen. And one of the things was there was a lot of violence because these cartels, these violent cartels, were the ones processing all these people from Colombia, through the Darién Gap, up through Panama. How has that changed life in Panama?
Make no mistake about it, the illegal traffic of humans through our jungles was all a business of El Cartel del Golfo. The drug dealers were in charge of the illegal migration. Matter of fact, they were making more money out of trafficking these poor victims through the jungles than they were from drugs. And that all came to an end after President Mulino came to power and President Trump stopped the open borders. When we were having it, hundreds of thousands of people, including children, were put into the jungle by the cartels, robbed at gunpoint, killed, raped women, children, men, and those who made it through then had to be taken care of by the Panamanian government.
So one of the things that your president told me about, and it was actually quite shocking, and you've talked to me about it on Fox Noticias as well, is that you found over 200 children, some of them so little, they were abandoned in the Darién Gap, some of them so small that they couldn't even tell you what their names were because their parents died or were killed in this journey. What has happened to these 200 children? Because you know that we're trying here to place the 300,000 children that we've lost.
It was a human tragedy. The entire illegal migration racket and terrible business of exploitation of people was a tragedy. We had over 1,250 children. The exact number, I think, is 1,263, that came to Panama that were separated from their parents. And the Secretariat for Family and Children in Panama brought most of them to either relatives or back home to where they belonged, and also to reunite with their families. But it took 4 years of very hard work to get all of them back with their families. And it's a painstaking job to be able to reunite these poor children. Many of them didn't even know what their name was.
Yeah, I know. I think it was I think he had told me that it was 200 of those children were so young that you didn't know, they didn't even know their names. It's what a tragedy, and abandoned there in the Darién Gap, a very unforgiving, jungle. Unbelievable stuff.
Plus the environmental impact, Rachel. These people coming through our jungle, polluting, leaving plastic behind, even cadavers, polluting these pristine rivers and pristine millenary forests of Darién. All of that has stopped. And again, we are now working very hard to preserve these forests and these sources of fresh water, which are ever more important.
It needs to be cleaned up, but at least the damage is stopping, and you can work on cleanup now.
Yes, no more pollution. Now we can clean up what's left. That's our job. It's a big, big effort for our government, but we're going to get it done. And we count on the U.S.-Panama strong strategic and commercial partnership to get us through and to come back at the other end.
Amazing story. We're so happy to get this update. Juan Carlos Navarro from the beautiful country of Panama, and a great American friend that nation is to us. So thank you so much for joining us.
A pleasure to be here.
You got it.